Hey friends, I wanted to show you how my tomatoes are doing. I'm hiding behind this fence because lots of sun. They're doing great, so I'm really excited. Let me show you. I'm gonna walk you. Well, let's just walk you over there, right? This is the side of my house where I have my compost, my garden bed, my AC unit. Okay, turn this around. Look at this beauty. Disregard this. Look, this is a beefsteak tomato, and I have a picture of how this was just a few weeks ago, and it just exploded. It is ginormous, and I love it. It's just coming out to be this giant tree looking plant. I mean, look at all these branches, and I have tomatoes everywhere. Look, there's tomatoes everywhere. I mean, I was not expecting this. I thought this plant was gonna die. Let's just look at that. I mean, it's strange. You touch the tomato plant, and so you can tell here I touched it. And it's got this fluid surrounded by the branches, and it actually smells divine. I love it. I don't know what's wrong with this tomato. Let's see if I can focus. But you know, I'm gonna keep it just because it's cute. It's got all these vines. Look at it. I mean, I can't wait to harvest some of these tomatoes. And it's so tall. It's very, very tall. I am 5'3" and is as tall as I am. I have another one over here. You can tell the difference. This is a 10-gallon. I believe so. I have to double check that. I'll correct myself. This is on a 20-gallon, and this is just one tomato plant. It looks like it's a few, but that's just an arm. And this one, I was experimenting, and there are 2 tomato plants in one. I just finished adding some more compost. This is from the hay. Not the hay, the straw. This grows. There's seed pockets. These are all seeds in here. This is what I use for mulch because I didn't have any leaves or anything like that to use. But you look at the difference. I mean, you cannot compare. I do have some tomatoes. This is a beefsteak tomato as well. There's a couple vines here, and it does not compare. So definitely one plant, especially if it's a small pot, so that instead of that, it looks like this. It's gorgeous. And on the side over here, this is a Roma tomato. I think some of these are ripening. I mean, this just changed from one day to the other. I mean, I've got some color in here. Was not expecting this. I did, however, wonder what that was, and I didn't understand what it was. But apparently it's root blossom rot. So it's a calcium deficiency, and you can tell there's quite a few other tomatoes that I just removed, but I didn't know what that was. Now I know. It also means that this is the first time it's bearing fruit. So it stresses the plant, and it also can cause this, which is natural. You see, I had quite a few that I removed. This one as well. It's gorgeous tomatoes. So compost and worm castings and worm tea is what I'm using. I don't think I was doing it often, so I'm doing it more often now. And eggshells. I'm going to apply some eggshells. Eggshells help with the calcium. And then over here I have another one. That was my very first plant to transfer out from the indoor seedlings. And this is also beefsteak, but you can tell the difference. Look at the size of tomatoes that I have. in comparison to my hand. Look at the tomatoes. I mean, they are almost ready. And you can tell when they're ready to harvest when you start touching them and they're a little soft, or they come off the vine easily. And I mean, they're getting there. I need to check the seed pack to see if there's any more information. This one also had some rot in the bottom, and apparently you can cut this off and still eat the tomato. I cut them off. I just didn't. I wanted more energy going towards the tomatoes that were doing great. But this one also has 2 tomatoes, and it's on a 20-gallon pot. This is a smart pot. I honestly truly love these. The water holds much better. It doesn't drain out as soon as I pour water. So, I mean, at least it's soaking the soil. And this is doing great. This area gets full sun here. Tomatoes need full sun. Like, here's another tomato that's not doing great, but I'll keep that one to see how that one turns out. You know, there's some leaves here that aren't doing so great, or foliage. So full sun. Tomatoes need full sun, and they need space. Look at this space. I mean, in comparison. Look how tall it is. And I'm 5'3". Okay, so those are my tomato plants. These are some eggshells. It's best to rinse them off, but I'm just gonna put them on there. This is the best. Just gonna put these on here. This is the best that I get. It's best to rinse them off. My daughters help me while they're putting up stuff in the kitchen, and I can't always do everything. But it's gonna look a little bit odd there, but we'll fix it up. This is for the calcium. Let's help these tomatoes out. Put some eggshells there. I have another one over here, and I'm testing different sides of the house. This is doing great here. This gets evening sun, and look at that. And she's got a lot of tomatoes too. Look, let me show you. Got some there. Come down here. I love to come in here and just find tomatoes. Look at that. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous tomatoes. They're in here, and these are indeterminate plants, so they will produce. They will continue to produce, and they will get quite large. Look at all these blossoms there. And it's right next to my house. And it will get a ton of sun pretty soon. Alright, that is it. Those are my tomatoes, my very first tomatoes. I'm a beginner gardener. This is my classroom. So there's lots to learn. I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to fail. Yes, I love that actually. But stay tuned. I'm going to be showing you updates of everything that I have. I don't have too much, but I do have a small yard that I'm going to put a ton of what I can in it. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.